Yes! Come on!
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more.
Wow, nice.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
The MCU. Love that logo, man.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right.
Spidey
yet to
sense.
fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it.
End of 4.
Destiny still arrives.
Killed everyone. Apart from Thor, Loki, and Hulk. Thanos.
Evacuate the city.
Nice.
Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Black Panther. Captain America. My 2 favorite characters in the Marvel universe, anyway. Panther.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe.
Oh.
But this does put a smile on my face.
Yes, finally. Bucky's back. Yes. Battle in Wakanda. Money shots.
Who the hell are you guys?
We're the Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll watch that again.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more.
We're together now.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
That they never could.
See, they've been hiding in Wakanda the whole time. I don't know how Banner gets there. Love that. Marvel Studios.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right,
Boom.
yet to fail all the same.
What is that spaceship or whatever that is?
Dread it.
Doctor Strange,
Run
so
from it. Destiny still arrives.
gave him the Tesseract. That looks like Earth. I don't know what that looks like.
Evacuate the city.
Iron Spider.
Engage all defenses.
Still doing.
And get this man a shield.
Get this man a shield. Hulkbuster. I think that's the Hulk in the Hulkbuster, it's not Iron Man. That's all in Wakanda, as you see.
Fun isn't something one considers when
Banner's in
balancing the
Wakanda.
universe.
Taking the mind gem.
Does put a smile on my face.
Yes. 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 Well, that's the shot. That's the shot. That's the shot.
Who the hell are you guys?
She waves, Mantis. People, it's so funny. We've been waiting for this trailer for so long. I'm just like speechless. I'm speechless. It was so epic. Excuse me. So epic. Like, just the way they started it when they were like reciting Nick Fury's speech, you know, it gives at the beginning of Avengers about how he wants to bring them all together. There was this idea of bringing remarkable people together so they could do things like that, and the fact they're all saying the same speech is that's such powerful like intro. And then you got the Marvel logo, the Marvel Studios logo of all the characters, and I love that logo because it kind of shows you, because a lot of people get confused by the MCU versus Marvel comic book films like the X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that. They're in a those are owned by Fox, you know. Spider-Man as well is owned by Sony, but the MCU is Marvel Studios. It's this one big epic story. It's been the last 10 years we've been like watching these films, and they're all connected to this whole infinity story. And if you haven't watched like the last, how many movies are there now? Like 15, 16, I forgot, I've lost count, maybe 20 movies. If you haven't watched them, I just say go back and watch them, because it is like it's a weird hybrid of the television. It's almost like a television show, but a series of movies that are like a television show. So you're watching episodes, even though you can watch one film and it be okay to enjoy that one film, you're missing out on the bigger picture. This film is about the bigger picture. If you're a Marvel fan, I don't need to tell you all this, you know already, but just for you non-Marvel fans or people who aren't caught up with this. Now, there were so many shots, I'm going to miss a lot, so forgive me. One thing I want to point out, Thor Ragnarok at the end, obviously that post-credit scene, spoiler if you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, but if you haven't seen it by now, you're not interested, because everybody's seen it who's a fan. Basically, that end credit scene where the ship turns up, that's obviously one of Thanos' ships or his armies. Maybe it's one of the Black Order, maybe it's him that's on the ship. I reckon it's him, because you see Loki stepping across a bunch of dead bodies and then handing over the Tesseract to someone. And if you remember from Avengers 1, Thanos lent Loki the mind gem in the scepter. So that's what was controlling the minds of everybody he touched. And he did that so he could use that as a weapon, as a tool to get the Tesseract. And there was a little vision that Loki had when he was speaking to one of Thanos' henchmen, and he was saying, you know, you doubt him who gave you the scepter. And then he goes, but if you fail, you know, it is not, you know, in other words, fail to get the Tesseract, there is no place that he will not find you. And ever since, Thanos hasn't come back for Loki. So that's why you see at the end of Thor Ragnarok, obviously when he was at Odin's vault, he obviously steals the Tesseract back. Probably to trade it for his own life. He's like, here, I did what you asked. Obviously he lost the mind gem, but he's like, oh, here's the Tesseract. So maybe, I don't know, Loki gets spared because he gives him the Tesseract. We don't know, you know. That's the mystery of the trailer. But you see a bunch of dead bodies. So obviously we know Thor survives, probably. Well, Thor survives, we know that. We know maybe Loki survives, possibly. We don't really see him again. That's the only shot we see him, given the Tesseract. And we know that Hulk survives, because obviously he came crash land. You see that scene where Banner's crash landed in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and you see Doctor Strange and Wong looking at him. So, and then you see scenes with him and those guys and Tony Stark in New York in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and looking up in the sky, obviously at the invasion that's happening. So we know they survive. Yeah, just wow, the obviously the Spidey sense. Everyone talks about that. Oh, where's the Spidey? He was Spider-Man for only 6 months in Civil War, so he's only beginning to understand his powers. And if you watch Homecoming, you see he's only beginning to understand his powers. So it's a progression, people. It's not that they never said they weren't going to do it. Obviously, they're going to have his Spidey sense. So I wasn't like surprised by that. But he looks so cool in that Iron Spider suit. Like, you see it at the end of Homecoming, because obviously that suit he had in Homecoming was so cool, but they've just gone up a notch with the Iron Spider. It'll be interesting to see what kind of gadgetry that Stark designed for him. The battle scenes in Wakanda. My man Black Panther. I'm telling you, the Black Panther film is going to be off the hook, and the finale to that film is going to be like a cliffhanger, because remember, it's the last film before Infinity War. It comes out in February. I've said it time and time again. The Soul Gem is in Wakanda. Black Panther has the ability to connect with the souls of the past Black Panthers. He has all the knowledge, all the skills, all the powers of the Black Panthers of the past. He's able to control the spirits of the dead, of his past ancestors. And he's already said that in Civil War. He's mentioned it to Black Widow when they were having a conversation when his father died. I've already talked about this in the Black Panther reaction trailer, so check that out if you want to know more about that. But because there's no reason why Thanos would send all that army to Wakanda, and obviously Panther's saying, ready our defenses and give this man a shield. And you see Cap step out, my other favourite character in Marvel. I love Cap as well. He's an awesome character. Always been an awesome character, by the way. I know a lot of people didn't like him at first, probably because because people didn't like that nobility that Cap has. People can't associate with the World War II generation. They're really honourable people, and maybe people can't associate with that now. So they made him such a badass in Winter Soldier that everyone, obviously now he's everyone's favourite character, and moving forward from there. But he reveals Cap, because he caught that spear that was thrown at him, and I think it might have been Proxima Midnight. It's one of the Black Order. I think she might have thrown the spear at him. It looked like her, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So it'll be interesting to see what new kind of spear Black Panther designs for him, or the Wakandans. Probably Shuri might be designing some technological spear, that kind of shield that comes up and something like that. I can't wait. Obviously vibranium is from Wakanda as well, so that's what Cap shield's made out of. So they've got plenty of it. They've got mountains. It's the only place in the world you can get it, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And obviously Banner's there, so he's a scientist, so he'll be it'd be interesting to see how he finds Wakanda, the interest in Wakanda and their technology and everything else. And just seeing it was a great scene of one of the I don't know what they're called, those troops of Thanos, the 6-armed monster creatures. I forget what they're called, but there's a nice scene where you see Black Panther dodge one and scratch it. I was like, it's so good. And you see Bucky standing there with the Wakandan army. He's got a new arm, maybe again another vibranium arm. You see Black Widow. That you see the Hulkbuster. Now I reckon, because you see at the beginning of the trailer, you see Natasha and Romanoff and Bruce talking. They've kind of obviously or not talking. They're kind of like reunited in Wakanda, and you see the Hulkbuster. You see the hand by Bruce. Now I think he puts that on to fight in that battle scene, which will be epic. Like, even though he's the Hulk, that he actually decided to put on the Hulkbuster himself. Like, he designed a Hulkbuster for himself. Obviously to fight Thanos, or to fight there's Core Obsidian, known as Black Dwarf in the comic book, who's a lot larger than Thanos. So that would be an interesting battle to see him and Hulk go at it. In the Infinity comic, I've got it on my shelf actually. I've been reading that, and Wakanda does get invaded because they got the Infinity Gem, and Thanos sends his troops there, and he sends Core Obsidian, aka Black Dwarf, to Wakanda, leads an army there, and there's a battle scene that happens there. Hulk's not involved in that one, but now obviously they've got Hulk there. They've got all the Secret Avengers there. You see it in the money shot. That last shot was so epic. Loved it. And then at the end you see Thor, and he's like, "Who are you guys?" And you see the Guardians. I think we're the Guardians of the Galaxy, just waiting for it. That was a great little end click, and I like the tone. people love this humor thing. And don't get me wrong, I love humor. But this is Infinity War. It's not about jokes. Thanos is coming to destroy people. He's coming to take lives. He's in love with death. He's trying to take over. It's not about jokes. And still, they had obviously a little bit of humor at the end. Obviously, when Mantis was waving and stuff like that. They're still gonna have that, but I like the serious tone of it, the dark tone. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this film. I think it's gonna be one of the biggest films of all time. I think it if anything has possibility of breaking Avatar's box office record, I think it's gonna be Infinity War. I mean, I'm looking at the trailer already. It's got it's already got 19 million hits in 8 hours, which is crazy on the Marvel YouTube channel alone. So I cannot wait. I'm telling you, that Infinity War trailer was just epic. I'm lost for words. I had to watch it again. I'm not even coherent. I was just so excited. I'm probably gonna watch it another 50 times, like the rest of you. Absolutely love it. Marvel, thank you. Finally, we got the trailer. Oh, I can't believe how epic that was. Love it. Right, anyway, I'm going to watch that trailer another 50 times. I probably ain't going to go to bed. I'll probably end up watching it. I need to get up and go to work tomorrow, and I'll be like, oh, what's the. Anyway, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the trailer. What's your favourite moment? Who's your favourite character? What are you looking forward to the most? Me personally, I'm just looking forward to Thanos destroying people. And I'm looking forward to seeing. The main two characters I'm looking forward to seeing team up is Black Panther and Captain America. They're my two favourite characters in the Marvel universe. I think they're the two best warriors and my two favourite characters. So I'm looking forward to seeing them team up in Wakanda and just fight the battles that they're going to have there. So anyway, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the channel for some more reviews, trailer reactions, and a lot. Peace!